Kevin, did you know that Wheeler's sober?
1 day sober, 1 day at a time.
I just, like, I'm not, like, telling him he should take it down or anything, but it's, like, such a shitty thing to kind of make fun of that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I don't know.
Like, because I saw he posted, like, 1 day sober, 2 days sober, 3 days sober, and then he next day posted 1 day sober, and he's like, oh, sorry, I had a little fun last night. And it's just like, all right, you tripped up. And then he goes 2 days sober, and then 1 day sober goes, oh, it was happy hour, couldn't turn that. I'm like, you're kind of making a mockery of people who have actual drinking problems.
And I don't know how I feel about it because, on one hand, like, you know, his whole thing is a bit anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, like if it's a character, and so, you know, a character doing this is kind of like, all right, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not like a guy out there like legitimately being like, no, if you have a drinking problem, I'm going to laugh at you. But at the same time, it is kind of shitty because he did take that, like, you know, 2 months off or whatever from the internet.
He was obviously still doing stuff because, hey, if you guys don't know, Wheeler Walker's not a real person. He's a man named Ben Hoffman.
Yeah.
And
no,
he was still
Ben
tweeting.
Hoffman is a completely different person.
Yeah, and he was tweeting the whole time, so it's obviously he wasn't in rehab. He was just taking a break from Wheeler. And then he comes back saying, like, oh, Wheeler's back. He's a new guy. He's staying sober. And then now he's just making a mockery of sobriety. And it's just like, I mean, obviously I joke about sobriety. I've gone through long patches of sobriety for health reasons and stuff, but then I go back to drinking. But I'm not sitting there just like, oh, I'm got my token for a month and throwing it away. Like, I understand it's like him doing a bit, but at the same time, it's just kind of because people don't know that he's a fake person. And
but like, really?
Yeah, I know. But when I first heard of him, I didn't know he was a real person until I, you know, it took 5 seconds to look into who he was and then realized, he's a fake person. But yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of, we don't have to go. We don't have to talk about it too much. It just seems like kind of a shitty thing to do to make fun of that for the sake of a bit for your little comedy.
I just wonder. Like, I feel like he must just not have much going on to talk about,
or else
so this is
it
just
might
a
be
way
leading into some bit that he's doing.
This could be the build towards something.
Yeah, it's just because there's a lot of people who are just kind of like, oh yeah, good for you.
Yeah, because the amount of people that were like really supportive in the comments on, like, when he first said 1 day sober the first time. There were a lot of people that were super supportive, so it does kind of suck for that.
Then again, there were also some people who were just the king of assholes who are like, dude, quitting's for losers, and it's just like, you're an asshole. If you're that's like, it's such a douchey thing to tell someone if you're calling them out for trying to quit.
It's like the high school person or like
pressure.
The college freshman, like, what, you're gonna not drink this beer that I hand you, even though you're like dying of alcohol poisoning and you're puking everywhere, like, you pussy. And the person's like, oh yeah, you're right, and that's how hazing people dies.
Yeah, that's exactly how it goes. Yeah, people are dumb.